Hi, I'm That E-Guy, and welcome to another GameHEART review. One Finger Death Punch 2 takes us back to all of those Flash Stickman fights that were popular in the late 90s. This is a no-frills, single-player fighting game. There are two buttons, and that's all: attack left and attack right. It might seem simple, but the game keeps the enemies coming, and it's a high adrenaline dose of fun. You stand in the middle of the screen, and enemies come at you from both sides. When the enemy moves within range, press the respective attack button and you will defeat the enemy. To mix things up, some enemies have more health and will swap sides after getting hit, and other enemies will throw projectiles at you, which will also need to be attacked in order to dodge or deflect them. There are also a few more complex enemies, such as brawlers, bosses and duelists, that all have their own unique mechanics that involve these two attack buttons. Whilst watching this video, you might think that the combat is going too slow or too fast. Part of the genius here is that the player is able to set their own speed multiplier to ensure that the game never gets too hard or too easy. The multiplier will automatically adjust depending on how well you perform to ensure that you get a level of combat that suits your skill. I found this to work pretty well for me, with the only downside being that some missions have difficulty spikes, and I will play them until I'm able to get a 5-star ranking, and my poor performance will lower my speed, making the next mission that I play a little too easy. This rectifies itself pretty quickly though, so it's not a large negative. One Finger Death Punch 2 has a tutorial that starts slow with the basics and introduces a new mechanic in each level to ensure that the player understands each element of the game. The tutorial is fast and fun, and it doesn't bore the player with any explanations. It just introduces the new mechanic and gives control to the player to practice. Once the tutorial is over, One Finger Death Punch 2 provides over 400 missions connected together with a world map. There are branching paths to explore to earn skill points and revenge tokens, which I'll talk about soon. Each level has a rank between 1 and 5 stars to add some challenge, and it also encourages you to hone your martial arts skills and do better. Skill points can be spent on the skills screen. The skills available can unlock abilities that automatically activate in combat, or they can provide extra ammunition for projectiles when the player picks these up. Each skill has multiple tiers to unlock, and it gives you a lot to work towards. The revenge tokens are used if you lose on a level, allowing you to replay the level with HP regeneration, giving you a much larger chance of clearing the next time around. In addition to the main campaign mode, there are other modes such as survival, and another mode where you have to swipe a cat away from the screen whilst playing. And there's even a local co-op mode where you can tag in another player during combat, which I unfortunately was not able to test. All in all, the combat is fun, the visuals, while simple, are fun to watch as the manic combat plays out, and there is enough content here to get you your money's worth. One Finger Death Punch 2 isn't really like anything else you've ever played, and I can honestly recommend it to everyone. I hope you've enjoyed this review. Please like or share the video if you feel so inclined, or leave a comment and I'll get back to you. And remember,
do not button mash.